Hello, this is Strippoli, and this is part 2 of The Sentinel. Dyson did not speak, but instead took out an energy pulsator, a futuristic Uzi 9mm that shoots electricity instead of bullets, and opened fire on Sentinel. The officer jumped behind a sand pile, and Dyson took the momentary distraction to escape. Sentinel, however, was coming behind him, and they both jumped from rooftop to rooftop until Dyson landed on the top of the DT. He looked around to see if Sentinel was behind him, but the latter was on the ground. "You know I won't go back. You're just wasting your time chasing me," Dyson yelled with annoyance. Sentinel tightened his jaw and responded, "You are a fugitive in my city, and it's my job to take you back dead or alive. Don't make me bring you back in a bucket." "Well then, let's see how good you really are, Mr. Lapdog," Dyson yelled back, accompanied with taunting laughter that reddened Sentinel's face. Sentinel roared as he charged up the elevator. "Alright, that does it, you little bastard! I'll rip you apart if that's what it takes!" But suddenly, Sentinel was flung back by an energy shield that only turned on when the dimensional transporter technicians were doing a test. "Looks like my flight is here," Dyson said, grinning. "So long, doggy. I'll see you. Never!" Dyson laughed as he jumped into the portal and dematerialized. Stunned at his defeat, Sentinel lowered his head in disgrace, a pale look of horror replacing his red face of rage. Sentinel's communicator beeped. His commanding officer, Rear Admiral Stanley Craig, spoke with urgency. "Lieutenant, did you capture the fugitive?" he said bluntly. Sentinel hesitated before answering. Negative, sir. That damn Dyson escaped through the DT." A brief pause, then Craig spoke. "Well, shit. That figures. Admiral Grayson won't be happy to hear this. I'll see if I can get Adam to soften him up first. Report back to base." Sentinel replied wearingly. "Copy that. I'm heading in as we speak." Admiral Maxwell Grayson is the current head of both the Defense Committee and the Research and Development Corps. His only family is his little brother Adam Grayson, first commander in the Science and Military Division. Benjamin Grayson, their father, died in 2129. Ben Grayson's final wish was that Maxwell protect his little brother Adam. Maxwell swore on his father's grave to protect his little brother at all costs and for the rest of their lives. In his capacity as Admiral, Max Grayson is convening the Defense Committee, bringing together Sentinel and his superior officer, Stanley Craig. Sentinel is Carbora law enforcement, and Craig represents the Peace and Negotiation Brigade, managing treaties of friendship with cities and communities in allegiance with Carbora. Though using his ceremonial tone, Admiral Max Grayson was all business. "Thank you all for meeting me tonight. Some of you know what has occurred. For those who don't, listen up. An escapee from Carbora High Security, one Leroy Gregory Dyson, has just found his merry way into a goddamn dimensional transporter. He is in the wind and in Twin Swords territory. Twin Swords are the largest terrorist alliance against Carbora and the United Cities, declaring war in 2131. Tanner Fletcher is chief law enforcement in Lucian, a United City, and was first to speak. If he has any truck with Twin Swords, he is by definition a terrorist. Chief Governor Elijah Mongelo cut in. Our only option is to infiltrate Twin Swords and smoke him out. Dyson is more than a criminal. He carries information that could end us all." Sentinel was instantly skeptical. What could Dyson know that could cause total demolition of the United Cities? Was this typical Mongelo paranoia? Admiral Grayson spoke coldly, a hint of desperation betraying his alarm. "All of you, every single man in this room, are hereby charged with carrying out this mission. Gather your respective forces and bring the traitor Leroy Gregory Dyson to his knees." The only person who was not a man in the room spoke her mind. "With all due respect, sir, we need to triangulate his position first. He could be literally anywhere." But Major Martha Belmont never finished her sentence. Through the conference room port window, a United Cities gunship hovered into view, clearly in weapons activation mode, all deadly armaments locking onto those assembled, and the pilot was wearing the uniform of a United Cities captain.